Hello and welcome back to this new tutorial course, Marin 3D Dam Break. This is part 2 of this tutorial course, grid generation in the Fluent Meshing. So without any further delay, let's get started. So in the first part, we generate our geometry and define the boundary condition in the SpaceClaim, save the geometry, and now I'm going to open actually one Fluent Meshing launcher so I can bring this SpaceClaim down. Then I will select the meshing options on the Fluent launcher and then use double precision, and you can select the number of processors. So I will use 4 for the number of processors, and then finally I will select the working directory and then press on start to open the Fluent Meshing. Okay, now we are in the Fluent Meshing. To start and open our geometry, we can go to the workflow and then select the watertight geometry. And after that, you can select and click on the import geometry. The unit here is millimeter and the file format is CAD. So I can simply click on this 3 dot and open the geometry. So now I can select this dam geometry created in the previous session and press on OK and will wait for a few seconds. So the import geometry has been completed and this part has been checked. So now I'm going to add some local sizing. Before that, I can just have a look on this domain here. So for this box inside this area, I'm going to define some add local sizing. So I will answer yes to this question, and here I will keep all this default. I just change this target mesh size. It is under millimeter, so I will change this one to 8, and then here I will select the box under this faces here. Then I can press on the add local sizing. So this part also has been done. One local sizing has been created. Then I will select the generate the surface mesh. So now I need to define some options and change for the minimum and maximum size. So if I change this one to 8 and this one to 30, I can generate one a proper mesh for this tutorial and educational purposes. So if you click on each of this area, you will see this is the minimum size and this is the maximum size. You will get a preview. So then I can actually press on the generate the surface mesh and wait for a few seconds. Now we have a rough surface mesh for our geometry, and as you can see here, because of the local sizing, we have a smaller mesh near these surfaces. Then next step is describe our geometry. In this case, the geometry consists of only fluid regions with no void. So the second option here is a proper option. And then we can keep this to default as it is. We don't need to use the shared topology. It's a single domain. And now I can press on the describe the geometry. So this part also has been done. Then we have two wall boundary condition. One is box inside this fluid domain, and one is all the wall surfaces around the domain. So I will update the boundaries. And also we have only one fluid region here. When you bring the mouse near this region name, you will see one highlight of this region. So in this case also I will update the regions, and in the add boundary layers, I just change this number of layers from 3 to 6, and then you should have this grown on only wall area, and then add the boundary layers. So one inflation layers has been defined for this one. And finally, I will go to this part for generate a volume mesh. Here, I'm going to fill all this domain with PolyHex core type mesh. So I will change this one to PolyHex core and keep all this defined, and finally press on the generate volume mesh. Okay, so the volume mesh has been generated for our surfaces. In the clipping plane, I can change this clipping plane to the Z plane here, and then we can have a look on our PolyHex core mesh inside our domain. You can see 6 inflation layers around all wall surfaces, and also you can see the effect of the local sizing in the wall area, as you can see here. So the process of generating mesh has been completed, so I can just simply click on the file, write and mesh, press on the mesh, and then I will change this name from dam geometry to dam mesh, and then press on OK. So I can save the mesh file here. So that's it for this part of this tutorial course. So before closing this video, I can just simply click on the switch to solution, and then this mesh will be transferred to the Ansys Fluent. So I will press on the switch to solution and press on yes, and then wait for a few seconds to go to the Fluent Meshing. Sorry, to the Ansys Fluent, I mean. Now, as you can see, we are in the Ansys Fluent mode. So I just go to the domain, press on the info and then size, and then you will see the number of cells here is roughly 82,000 cells. So we can also check this value before switching to Ansys Fluent in the Fluent Meshing. But now we are checking here. So that's it for this part of this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video with setting up our settings in the Ansys Fluent in the next video. So thanks for watching.